everybody, it's Gabby, and it is time to do a thing. Yes, that's right. I am going to be participating in a reading marathon of 24 hours. Why? Well, because I'm 1, crazy, 2, because I have about 7 more books that I need to read before the end of the year, and I figured what better way to do that than to try it out in a book reading marathon. Zoe actually did this originally. I will link her down below, and I just was inspired by it. I probably won't be as ambitious as her because I think she read all of it in her one thing. I am about 800 something pages in it, so I'm going to probably finish that up at some point during this reading marathon, but I'm going to be starting off with a holiday book. I know it's after Christmas by the time I post this especially, so I will be starting off with, it's upside down, I'm going to be starting off with Debbie McComber, 12 Days of Christmas. Flipping through it, it looks pretty simple, and it's also really short, so I figured that'll be a good way to start off with it. I just actually finished a book by Lori Wilde called The Christmas Cookie Chronicles, which was fantastic. So hopefully I will be able to keep this up. I'm going to start reading now. We'll see if I can stay up the whole 24 hours. If not, that's fine. I will be reading as much as I possibly can within 24 hours. So here we go. Okay, so I'm officially into chapter 1, and this book is essentially about a woman named Julia who is very friendly, very bubbly, and she is a blog writer, and her neighbor is a Scrooge, as she refers to him as Ebenezer Scrooge. His name is Cain Maddox, and he just seems very grumpy, and she doesn't understand why. I'm assuming that throughout this book she's just going to continuously kill him with kindness, because that's like the deal with her new blog title is 12 Days of Christmas with Kindness, and she's going to each day document what she has done for her neighbor in terms of being friendly. So I'm really excited to get further into this book, and that was my quick little update. So I'm going to read for at least another hour or so, and then I'll fill you in with more of an update. Hey guys, it is now officially 9:30, and I slept in. I think I pretty much fell asleep as soon as I started reading. I am only on page 56 of 12 Days of Christmas. So we're going to pick up now. Obviously, reading 24 hours straight was a big fail, but I have the rest of the day to do this. I'm about to throw in some laundry, and I just did some things around the house really quickly. So once I throw that in, I'm going to start reading again, okay? Alright, so I have my coffee. I'm here on my cozy couch, and I have been reading 12 Days of Christmas by Debbie McComber, and I have to say that Cain Maddox is a very unlikable but at the same time likable character, and then Julia just is very cheery, and she wants to do well with this project that she has of killing a stranger with kindness, although Cain's not really a stranger, but she's going to some extremes, and the way that she's handling it is very interesting, and the more she does for Cain, the more she actually realizes that she cares for this man, not necessarily romantically, but enough to actually make him happy, and the more she's learning about him, the more she realizes that he needs it more. I'm only like 70 pages in now, so hopefully I will finish this in the next hour or two. Guys, I just want to say that this book, 12 Days of Christmas, was just so cute. It starts off where you feel like both characters are never going to see each other's perspective of anything, and then it turns into such a cute little love story, and the ending is just so cute, and I'm really excited that I read this, and it was a really quick read. I've actually decided that this is going to be a 24-hour turn to 48-hour reading marathon because I fell asleep so early last night. I'm going to do 48 hours of reading. I'm about to start a new book. It is called Dying for Christmas by Tammy Cohen, and it follows I guess it's a story told from a woman's point of view that has already died. I haven't really read too much of the synopsis just because I like being surprised with books, but from what I've been told about it is that it kind of starts at the end and then goes through how it started, if that makes sense. But I just made hot chocolate and I am gonna read this, and we'll see. I have like no plans of doing anything today or tomorrow, so I figured why not do 48 hours, and if I can get through at least 3 more books, or at least 2, well, maybe 1 more today, and then do the majority of it tomorrow, that would be great. I have to get through 6 more books at this point to hit my goal. Again, this is more of a reading marathon slash cramathon, but I'm not following the cramathon suggestions that are going on. I know that there is a cramathon going on, but I'm not doing that. I'm just doing a I'm crazy reading marathon. So here goes 48 hours. Well, I guess at this point it's way less than 48 hours. So I will read the rest of today and then all day tomorrow up until 12 o'clock. So this should be interesting.
You want a cookie? Go get it. Boy, that part's up fast. No, cookie? Go get it. It's over there. Who wants a cookie? Cookie! Go get your cookie. It's over there. Where's the cookie? Where's the cookie? Who's that cookie? Cookie, we gotta get a cookie. Macy, you gotta close your right eye and find it. Close your right eye.
Alright, so I am officially taking a break from Dying for Christmas because it's getting a little bit too intense. I think it's because I read 2 cute fluffy reads that this one's just a little bit too hard to read, but it's also about this woman who has been abducted by this man, and the things that he is having her do are kind of inhumane, from, you know, sleeping in a dog kennel to having to use the bathroom in front of him and eating meat when she's already told him that she doesn't, which obviously is affecting her digestive system. So I'm going to quickly read this book. It is Dog's Letters to Santa by Will Adler, and it's illustrated by David Cole Wheeler. I kind of flipped through it a little bit. They're just cute little letters that would be kind of told from a dog's point of view. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm thinking that this will be a quick short read just to add into this 48 hour reading marathon. I've only read 1 book and it's already 6 o'clock, so I feel like I'm failing in that aspect, so I feel like adding 1 more short one really quickly to the list would be great. I didn't really go anywhere today, so this vlog has really just been me like doing little quick little updates. Tomorrow I think I'm gonna go to the gym, so I'll use my Audible version of it and listen to that a little bit while I'm at the gym, and then that'll add 1 more book to the list, even though I'm already pretty much done with that. I think I have like 300 pages left of it, which sounds like a lot, but when I have it on like the speed that I have it on, it'll go by pretty quickly. So I'm gonna quickly read this one and then I'll get back to Dying for Christmas, and I'm going to attempt to stay up all night, but I've been up since 9 o'clock and I'm already kind of tired, so I might have some coffee in a little bit just so I can keep myself up, and I will be back to tell you how this Dog's Letters to Santa is. So I just finished Dog's Letters to Santa and it is so cute. Definitely a quick little read. I'm glad that I picked this up just to read it quickly. My mom had ran to the Help Association and she grabbed this for me and said that it was really cute looking, and I tried it today. It was definitely really quick. Some of the letters in it were pretty funny, and it makes me think if my 2 dogs were able to write to Santa, what would they write in their letters? And it definitely broke up the little suspenseful read of Dying for Christmas. I am gonna head back down to reading Dying for Christmas, and we'll see how much I can finish or how much I can read in the next hour or 2. If I don't get too far into it, I'll probably pick up another quick read just to keep my motivation going, because whenever I look at how much I've read for Dying for Christmas, I'm like, I'm not that slow of a reader. So that's about it so far. My reading marathon has turned into a very ambitious 48-hour marathon. I have not hit 24 hours yet, but I am now up to 2 books read and 100 pages into Dying for Christmas. I don't know how many pages this one was, but the 12 Days of Christmas was 222 pages, so that's 322 pages right there. And then this one's probably, I don't know, they're like half of the pages are just like pictures, so we'll say like 80 pages if that. So about 400 pages so far in less than 24 hours. Hopefully I can finish up Dying for Christmas before the 24 hours stretches up so that I can kind of start fresh and try to get in a few more books. I think I might be able to hit my reading goal this year if I keep up this reading streak. Tomorrow I'm going to break it up a little bit more because I do actually want to do something productive. I know reading and getting my book list is productive in certain ways, but I have a lot of grading to catch up on, so I might do that. And then I know Friday will be a busy day, so hopefully I can catch up on this reading list, and I'm really excited to be doing this. Alright, so it is officially 12 o'clock, and I have only finished 2 books. I'm about 100 pages out of Dying for Christmas. I'm starting to get a little sleepy, so I'm hoping that I can get a second wind and finish this up and then pick up another book. This 48 hours reading marathon is definitely going to be quite interesting, and I'm hoping that I can keep this up. If not, I tried my best, but I have another 24 hours to go, and then the 48-hour reading marathon will hopefully be a success. Okay, obviously my bed is just too comfortable. I fell asleep reading again last night, so hopefully today I can get as much accomplished as possible. This was kind of a bust of a 48-hour reading marathon, but I obviously didn't stay awake for the whole 48 hours. I probably didn't even stay up for a full 24 hours at all. So I might have to try this again at some point. I obviously am just not as energized as Read by Zoe or any of you other ones that have, you know, read through for 24 hours. I also had a lot of distractions yesterday, which I know is no excuse, but I had people coming over, which obviously was not recorded. Movies were being played, and I really prefer reading downstairs on the couches because if I read upstairs, I get really, really tired. As you can tell, I fell asleep last night. So I have a little bit more for Dying for Christmas, and then I'm going to probably read one more of the Christmassy books, and hopefully that'll get my stack going down on that. I have 4 left of the ones that I had picked out. So of those 4, I had 8 selected. So for only having 4 left is pretty good, especially since I didn't start reading those until right around Christmas Eve time. So hopefully I can accomplish a little bit more of that stack. Otherwise, this was a complete failure, and I will just have to do this again probably during the summer when I have more energy, because obviously winter break for teachers is when we recuperate and we catch up on sleep. So I'm gonna go downstairs, make a cup of coffee, get some lunch going, since I've already done a few things this morning. It's about 12 o'clock now, so I have 12 more hours for this reading through. Coffee, check. Book, check. Cozy, comfy spot to read. I think I've got that covered. So, as you can see, nobody is home. I'll do a quick little rundown. No one is home right now, so that is why this is the perfect time to catch up on reading. As you can see, I have quite a bit to go on Dying for Christmas, so hopefully I can get that covered within the next like 2 hours, since I'm a pretty slow reader, and we'll go from there. I officially have finished Dying for Christmas, and it was pretty good. The premise of the story is that Jessica Gold has been abducted by this man named Dominic Lacey, and Dominic Lacey is basically a psychopath. He spends all of his time with Jessica, tormenting her, making her do all these things, and you're reading it and you're in shock. And like the whole time that I was reading it, I was like, oh my goodness, this is crazy, all the things that he makes her do. And then it bounces back and forth between Jessica with Dominic to the actual case that's building to find her. And so you have this super and 2 detectives. You have Detective Kim and Detective Martin. Detective Kim has a family of her own, and her husband is basically telling her that if she continues going forward with this case, or rather anything to do with detective work, he's going to leave her. So she throws herself into this case, and the more she interviews the witnesses and the family members, the more she is the more she doesn't really believe that Jessica is as innocent as she claims to be, or that her family claims her to be. She's described as being weird, odd, and just kind of marches to her own beat. So throughout the entire book, you're kind of caught off guard with all of the events that take place, and then even after everything takes place. So I think I'm definitely going to give this book a 4 out of 5. The only reason I didn't give it a 5 out of 5 is because there were some predictable events, and Some of it just didn't really make sense, and a lot of the characters were very unlikable, but that's not why it's not getting a 5 out of 5, but that's about it. So I'm gonna go upstairs really quickly and I'm gonna pick out a new book. I will take you with me because I have no idea what I'm gonna read. I really don't feel like reading another Christmas story. So I'm probably gonna put all those Christmas stories back on my bookcase and find a few more to put on my nightstand. So I have all these books to pick from, and if you remember, I do have books that are behind each of these books. I'm kind of thinking I'm gonna read Missing Persons by Claire O'Donoghue just because it's short, but I don't know. Oh, and I also have more books back here because I'm crazy, and I have other books too. If you look over here, yeah, I have all those too because I'm crazy. So I actually kind of know which one I want to read,
but of course I just don't know where I put it.
This may take longer than I wanted it to. And so I'm actually going to be reading What Light by J. Asher just because it is on the more holiday reads and it is only 251 pages, plus it is a young adult, so I feel like this will go a little bit quicker than Missing Persons. If I can finish this one before the end of this 24-hour block, then maybe I will start on Missing Persons by Claire O'Donoghue. But I'm going to be reading this one. I should be able to finish this one pretty quickly. Alright everybody, so I just got back from going out for a little bit. On my way there and on my way back I read, or I guess I listened to, a little bit of It by Stephen King, and then when I return I officially have finished It. So I think that's now 3 books I finished. Of course I had started this monstrosity of a book before I started this readathon, but I think that's a pretty good way to end it. I know that I wanted to attempt to finish one other book. I have been reading What Light by J. Asher, but I just feel like I'm not going to be able to finish it. I'm only on page 65, so it's 11:30 now, so I'm going to try to read a little bit of it, but I make no promises of finishing any more than that. I'll probably get to maybe 100 before 12 o'clock, but then that cuts the knot on it. I probably should not have gone out because then I would have had more time to read, but it is what it is. I think I only have then 3 more books I have to read before the end of the year, which hopefully I can do. If not, I will just next year start off with what everybody else has been doing, of just like starting off with 1 book on their Goodreads challenge, so this way I'm not setting myself up for failure. So I'm going to read for a little bit longer, and then I'll do a quick little wrap up of everything that I read throughout this 48-hour reading marathon. I will be doing a book haul, so I'm not sure if I'll post the book haul before this video, but I'm thinking that I'm going to start doing 2 videos a week. I will try to record them over the weekend and then post them. So let me know what your thoughts are on that. I'm also thinking about doing a book giveaway. I'm at 97 followers. The book that I'm actually reading right now is a signed copy. I know like everybody doesn't typically like used books, but I'm very gentle with my books, so I'm thinking that if I get to 100, maybe I can get to 100 by, I don't know, the end of the month. If that happens, I think I'm going to do a giveaway for this book. Obviously, if it's not a really good book, then I probably won't want to do that, and I'll pick something else that I have on my bookcase. But I mean, no matter what, once I finish this, it's either going to go to the book thing in Baltimore, which I will be talking about in my book haul, or it can go to somebody else. So I figure, why not start here? So if I can get to 100 subscribers, then I will be giving away this book, possibly, maybe. Alright, so it is officially midnight, and I have reached page 100 of What Light. I'm pretty exhausted, but you know, I feel like it could have been a lot better, but I finished it. And then I read Dog's Letters for Santa, Dying for Christmas, and 12 Days of Christmas, as well as a little bit of What Light. So I would say that that's not too terrible, but I would have liked to finish What Light so that I could have added that to my list. But I only have 3 more books that I need to read to get to my goal of 40 books for the year, and then hopefully I will start off 2018 on a strong start. So that was my little 48-hour reading marathon, even though it wasn't like a full straight 48 hours because that was way too ambitious on my thinking. But I will try to attempt a 24-hour reading marathon probably over the summer sometime, or even over a long weekend. So this was fun. I definitely need to be better prepared on my energy level.